Okay, welcome everyone to this session of our meetup, Lean Agile Delivery and Coaching Network and Digital Transformation in London. Tonight we have Allan Kelly as a special guest, and he's a very well-known guys in the Agile arena in London, so very well-known, author of very famous books that I strongly suggest if you never have read. And I'm very proud to have this session. Actually, this will be a very interactive session. So we have a group of players, a group of observers, and what else. So I leave the stage to Allan, that is perfectly able to manage the whole session. Thank you, Allan, for joining with us.
Thank you, Dax, and thanks for having me back. I think it was sometime during lockdown 1 that I spoke to the group last. So thank heavens we can all leave our houses now. Yeah, we're going to quickly get into this game, Featureban. If you've not seen it before, it's freely available. There are various incarnations of it. I'm playing a version which is a template in a tool called Kanban Zone. There's a link in here. You can get onto Kanban Zone. You can get the template for free and play with it. I like Kanban Zone. It's one of the few electronic tracking tools I get on with. However, I realize most of the world has sold their souls to the evil empire. I don't mean Microsoft for once. So you can play it in other tools too. Lots of people have templates around, and there's a physical version. So that's me. Dax has just said everything, and yeah, I've written more books than is really sensible for me. And in fact, last year I published a book about writing books to be written. So if you feel like writing a book there. Quick mention that just this week, by coincidence, my OKR book is on sale. So instead of it being $9.99 for the ebook and $19 for the print book, it's £2.99 for the ebook and $9.99 for the print. The price will go up on Monday. So if you like it, get it. Sales pitch over. Featureban was invented by Mike Burrows.
Featureban. So Kanban for features.
Yes, yeah, it's about developing features, although we all, Mike most of all, know that it's not about features anymore, it's about outcomes. We shouldn't be thinking about features, we want outcomes. But in terms of modeling workflow, Featureban works quite well. We've got our 4 players, told you where to get a coin from. So the rules are really quite simple. We're going to play 10 rounds, we're going to take a break, and then we'll play another 10 iterations rather of 2 rounds. And we'll stop and we'll debrief in the middle, we'll make some changes to the game. What we're going to do is in each iteration, the players are going to flip their coin, they're going to report the coin back, you can call it out or type into chat. We'll then decide what we're going to do, you'll then act on it, and we'll do that 10 times. At the end of that, we'll do breakout rooms, debrief, see what we say, we'll change the rules, and we'll play again. Very simple, really. So in the game, if you flip ahead, you get to do some work. And you could either take a card from one of the columns on the left, the ready column, or make sure the doing, move it over to testing. You can take that card and you can move it forward if you flip ahead. Alternatively, if there's a blocked card, you can unblock it. So where you flip ahead, you're doing some work. Now, big apologies, my 13-year-old has just arrived home and I need to go and open the door for him. So stay there 30 seconds. You can read the rules. Hello, Anton. Hey, Anton, I'm on a call, so can you lock this gate behind you? And if you want some dinner, you can just take it. The rice and curry are done, or I'll be finished in a bit and we can eat together. Yeah. Just occurred to me that you probably heard all of that because these are Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, it is.
Little embarrassing. So, yeah,
I've heard worse before.
Right, so that was heads. Heads is doing work. Tails, this is bad news. If one of your cards becomes blocked, markers blocked, and of course, you want to look busy. You don't want the bots to see you doing nothing. So you pull another card from the ready column, you pull it into the doing column. Okay. Just remember, when you pull a card, either heads or tails, make sure you mark it as yours. And I'll show you how to do that in the tool in a moment. Everyone ready? And we'll keep a bit here. So let me switch my share back to the game. A question there from someone?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
So if 4 players, okay, then report the coin flip. So in which order? I mean, it's the 4 of us, right? So
Yeah. So right now, well, it'll become obvious.
okay. Right.
Okay. So players, can you please flip your coin and tell me whether you get heads or tails?
Heads. Heads.
Tails.
Tails.
So I think that was that 2 heads and 3 tails? So Henning, since you asked, you flipped the heads, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
So you need to take some work to do. So do you want to pick up one of the cards in the ready column and move it into doing?
All right.
Okay. And if you click on the ... you should be able to make me the owner.
Right. Get it.
Okay. Okay. Who else got heads?
Me.
Okay, Rich, do you want to do the same thing? And make it your own. Now, those of you who flip tails, you've not got any cards in progress at the moment, so you can't mark anything as blocked, but you can pull a card from ready into doing. So do you want to do that? I think there's a setting in here somewhere you can set your initials. You can put your name on a card if you, or put a picture on it so we can tell it's you, but you'll need to, who else got tails there?
I got tails.
Have you pulled a card across?
No, I haven't. I'll pull a card.
Yeah, pull a card. You're the cauliflower. And there's one more player needs to pull a card. Who's not done it? Michelangelo, have you pulled one? You pulled one, did you?
Yeah, I pulled celery.
Sorry, yeah, okay, I'm back in it. The question is, if I got head, can I pull one of the card in doing into testing, or I have to?
Oh no, you have to pull your own.
But if I can, okay, but in this case, I have to change the owner of the card as well.
No, you for this round, just take everybody work on your
this
own.
round. Okay. Let me pull something in. Right.
Okay. And if you make yourself the owner, okay.
Yeah, sure.
So in round 1, it doesn't make much difference whether you flip a heads or a tails, because we get something into doing each time. Okay, so we'll go to iteration 2. You want to flip your coins again, please, gentlemen?
Heads. Then heads.
I'm a tail.
Was there one more? Was that one tail? 3, 4 heads, or um,
I, yeah, it's trying to remember who all's in the team. But yeah, I called heads.
okay. Do you want to pull a card across then? Okay, you're doing okay. Who else
Yeah.
was on heads there? Okay, so and tails person, you need to mark your cauliflower as blocked. So if you click on here, you can do block. Okay. Okay, that's iteration 2. Iteration 3. You want to flip your coins, please, gentlemen.
Tails.
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 Heads.
Heads again.
Tails.
Does the cauliflower need to pull in another card from the previous flip?
So,
Enjoy.
cauliflower, did you get tails again?
No, I got heads this time.
Okay, so you can either unblock your cauliflower
Mhm.
or you can pull another card in.
But let's rack things up and I'll bring a new card in.
Okay. But who had tails?
Me.
Okay. Do you want to mark your card? Oh, your zucchini's down there. Oh, celery. And who else had heads?
I also had heads.
Okay, so do you want to pull your card across?
So
That's not heading, you see. You see there, you all need to be more like Henning. He is the role model. Okay, so was that, did everybody do their stuff?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, all good.
Round 4. Flip them, gentlemen, please.
Tails.
Tails.
Okay. That's
Heads.
heads again.
Again, excellent. Okay, let's do one at a time. Tristan, what do you want to do?
I got tails, so I think I have to block my. Whoops! I have to block my apple. I think, don't I?
Yes.
Is that my choice?
Lock it and pull another one. Look busy. Lock that apple and pull another one. Don't let anyone see you got nothing to do. Stuart, did I just see you block? No, it's Richard. I just saw blocked one.
Yeah. So I can pull one more. Yeah.
Okay. So Stuart, did you?
Yeah, I've just unblocked.
Okay. Michelangelo.
unblocked. Yep, done.
Good. And Henning, did we do yours?
Well, I pulled a new card. I had tails and I pulled a new card. But here's my question: can I get that? I also can unblock. Can I only unblock my own blocks or any block?
In this round, you're only unblocking your own.
Okay, right.
So there is another rule. So there's one more rule, which is Mike calls it the rule of last resort. If there's nothing else you can do, then you can unblock somebody else's card. Okay, round 5. Listen, gentlemen.
Tails.
Heads.
Heads.
Tails.
Oh. So Tristan, what did you do?
So if I got heads, I don't get to choose if I got heads. I've just got to bring another task in. Is that right?
Well, you can unblock one of your cards.
I could unblock
Or
one. Let's
you can
do that
move
then.
your card to the right.
Let's unblock a card.
Okay. Okay.
See if I've done that right. Looks like it.
What are you doing?
Me. Rich.
Rich?
Yeah, I've done it. I got tails, moved another card across, and blocked the other one.
Michelangelo?
Yeah, done. I pulled a new card in.
Henning?
I had tails. I blocked my card.
Oh. And Rich, we talk about. Okay, that's round 5. Okay, so just pause there, and the audience there. Anybody in the audience got any observations to make at this point? You call it out or stick in the chat window.
There are more cards, and so there's more cards which are blocked than completed. There's 4 blocked, 2 completed.
I know. I asked Dex to recruit really lucky people for this game, but you just can't get them. You know, we interviewed them, and they seem to be. They tell me it's bad luck, but I think it's skill.
They don't make them like they used to.
No, exactly. So players, can you try and get some more heads this time? Yeah, we really need the heads, okay? I've taken off my Scrum Master hat. I've put on the Project Manager hat. We need to see some more heads, okay? Okay, round 6. You want to flip your coins?
Yep.
Heads, hooray.
Heads.
Hey, you see, I give them a pep talk and you see it works.
Tails.
It's you know all along, it's superior leadership.
Yeah, Allan, just say it.
Hey, yes. Well done. So we've now got 4 incomplete. Okay. I didn't get to count how many heads or tails that was, but I think we've all done it. Okay. We go for round 7.
Heads.
Head.
Heads.
Good.
You cursed me, another
Heads.
tail.
Ah! So we've got the number up here. There's only 2 blocks at the moment, so we're doing pretty well. Yeah. Okay. Is everybody moved?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Round 8.
Tails.
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 Heads.
Heads.
Okay, so we've got 3 blocks now. Can you all make your move?
Yes.
Yeah, all done.
Yeah. Now, although we could see how long these have been blocked, the statistics in this system works by days, and so we could really do it working by rounds. But you can see some of these are getting quite stuck. Okay, so we go for round 9. Flip your coins, gentlemen.
Tails.
Tails.
Heads.
Heads.
Good. 3 heads and 2 tails. Hey, let's get some work done. I don't see anything moving. Why isn't anything moving?
I was unblocking.
You're unblocking. Okay. So Three of you had heads there and nothing got into completed. What gives? You were all unblocking.
Well, I pulled a new one.
Pull a new one. Okay, last flip of this round. Want to flip your coins, please, gentlemen.
I think Michelangelo has some connection issues, Alan.
I mean, for some reason, but I can hear you.
Okay, good. You're back.
Okay. Oh, tails again. Oh. Oh, no.
But this is the last flip of this game, and we're not going to get anything into completed. Okay. So we've got 14, 15 cards in progress here. And of those 15, 10 of them are blocked. I guess it's pretty complicated technology, or is it technical debt? Is that the problem here?
Poor management, I think. Poor vision.
What? I gave you that pep talk before. What more do you want? You're putting your head pep, and you do more pep talks. Okay.
Pep talk every sprint.
Okay. Before we berate them too much, we've got 14 people on the line here. So I suggest let's put everyone in pairs for a few minutes and have a chat in a pair as to what you see happening and what you think we could do to resolve this problem. And then we'll pull you all back in a few minutes and we will debrief on that. Okay. So Dex, could you arrange for breakout rooms? I guess you and me don't need one, so we need 6 breakout rooms with put people in pairs.
Sorry, I have created 7 rooms, so we have enough for pairing. I will let the participant choose the room, okay? Or assign automatically. No, let's try assign automatically, okay? So it's created randomly, fine.
Yeah. It will just give you about 4 minutes. Just have a quick chat with your partner for 4 minutes, and then we'll come back together a big group. Everybody getting the invite?
Yeah, one second. Yes, okay, I'm ready. I open the rooms. Okay, Alan, you have been assigned to room 3. Clearly, you cannot join.
Right. I said no, but it's person in room 3. If they are by themselves, you want to push them into another room.
Hello, welcome back.
We got everyone back.
No, we have room 6 that is still 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now we've got everyone back.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with those of you who are watching. What have you observed?
Sorry, who did you say?
Those of you who are watching, not the players, those of you who've been watching the game, what have you observed?
The vegetables are too expensive in UK.
Yeah, apart from the people playing weren't very good.
Well, I did ask you several times to flip heads. You know, so I think we have proved what a lot of managers suspect, that their teams are just unlucky. I think if you look at
I had Nahir and Rich in our group. They were, I'm just going to throw him under the bus. Rich said this is a product vision issue. I'm just saying this straight. He said Allan is not a visionary.
Okay. So you think maybe I should have spelled out that I was making vegetarian curry and I needed cauliflower and chickpeas and some courgettes. I should have been clear about that. That would have solved the problem.
Possibly, yeah. But Nahir had some fantastic points. And Nahir, do you want to share your point?
Yes, I joined a bit late and I was trying to figure out what was happening. But thanks to Ishfaq, he was just like telling me what was happening. But what I saw that it is very messy and there are lots of blocked items, and instead of unblocking them and like we are picking new tickets in and nothing getting completed. And I was saying that like we are basically setting ourselves to fail, and like morale of the team would be so low because nothing is getting done and so on.
Yes, yeah. I think if this was in real life, I think people would be getting quite down about all of this. I've also noticed when I've played this before is that the conversation in its first round, it's a very dark humor. There's lots of jokes. I was making some of the jokes myself. You know, we're joking about why we're not getting anything done. We're joking about firing developers, but we're not very problem-solving orientated. People don't feel in any way in control, and there's no emotion. Dex, you're trying to get your hand up.
Yeah, I have a question actually, more than a comment. How is the distribution between the head and tails?
Well, I've been tallying it here as best I could. I wasn't getting everyone, but on my chart, I think we've got more heads than tails.
So actually, it's a good team. They are delivering, not blocking. Good.
Yeah. But if you think about it, you know, what we're saying here is, you know, once a card is in progress, we just need 2 heads to get it into done. So, you know, simple statistics, you're going to get 2 heads consecutively 25% of the time. So surely we should have, you know, more cards done. We should have like 25% of the cards done. And what have we got here? If I've got all your windows in front of me. If we've got a total of 21 cards in play, and a little over a quarter of them have got to complete. So actually, we're not far off statistically, but we've got this mass of unfinished work here. Does this look like work to any of you? Does this resemble your work environment?
A little bit at the moment. The blockers tend to, well, we've got 2 types of blockers, and to make it simple, the ones where it's being blocked from outside the team, and the ones where we're sort of making slower progress, so it's in effect blocked because the technology is like, okay, here's a new bit of the project, or we're doing a new area that we're not familiar with, and therefore it's been slower to find that solution.
Yes, they're impeded rather than blocked completely.
Yeah.
Dex?
Yeah, I want to share a conversation that I had, let me say, 3 hours ago with one of my teams. They had this card that were in progress since 3 days, and they were not working on that because they are working on other cards, you know? And so I received the question, but do we have to block the card? And I say, oh, wow, what is blocking the card? The card is blocked because we cannot work. So you are blocking your card. Are you sure that you want to block your card because you cannot work on that? So maybe next time I'd better not to open the card, so you have to avoid to block it. So it's absolutely, I mean, perfect timing for this kind of conversation, I would say.
Yeah, that's very true, isn't it? We quite often, you know, we a card blocks, you know, we need somebody outside the team to give us an answer. And so rather than twiddle our thumbs or go home early, we start working on something else. And tomorrow, the original card unblocks, but now we're in the middle of something else. And so we don't want to stop what we're doing because we've got into it. And then you might get that done. So you either got to go and pick up one which you blocked and left 3 days ago, or something else distracts you and something else jumps in. So you know, this doing work to look busy becomes a problem because you get a pile of cards which are partially done. So suggestions for improvement. What would you like to do, team?
One idea I thought of was if we worked in pairs and both of us were flipping, we're more likely to either cancel each other out or move forward faster. And therefore we'll have less stuff blocked and less stuff pulled. That was what we hoped. So there's more team collaboration.
That's an interesting suggestion, the pairs thing. Would that mean that if one of you flipped tails, you'd block the card?
Yes, something like that. We hadn't worked out the things. I was just figuring there was more chance that we've increased the percentage chance of us going forwards.
But you've increased percentage chance of blocking it as well.
Well, there's going to be less in production. It was going to be the optics. If the optics of going to your scrums and saying we've got 15 and half of them are blocked is worse than there's 3 open and one of them's blocked, I guess.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting experiment to try pairing on this game. I've not seen it done. Any other suggestions here?
Well, the painful bit for me is pulling work, even when you block. So just not to pull work. Be happy that you're idle.
Yes. How could we enforce that?
Your whip limits.
Whip limit. Yes. So that's the big change, and that's what we will make in the next game. So if we flip over here, there's another board in here, Featureban round 2. So the 4 players should all have access to this board too. Although I'm actually going to change it. Okay, so whip limits, I'm going to force the whip limits on, and I'm going to there's 4 players here instead of 3. And there's 5 players, so I'm just going to change that. So there's 1 less than there are players on, 1 less width capacity than there are players on the team. Okay. So remember this time as we play on that there is the rule of last resort. So here, we've got the rules in the card here, conveniently placed for you. As I said before, head start or unblock or move, and tails block and start. And where's the oh, it's not in this card, it must be in the other one. The rule of last resort. Here, the rule of last resort. Only if you can't start a new card, you can unblock or move somebody else's card. Okay. So we've got this rule of last resort here. So let us start again. Iteration 1, round 2. Gentlemen, would you like to flip your coins, please?
Heads.
Heads.
Tails.
hold your cards and remember to identify yourself as the owner. Although you should be able to those icons. Who's our fifth player? I'm waiting. Michelangelo, have we lost Michelangelo again?
He's there, MC. Celery.
Your celery. Okay, who's spinach?
Me, Rich.
Cauliflower?
That's me.
Oh,
Zucchini?
That's me.
So who's not got one?
I think we must have pulled cauliflower at the same time.
Okay. I'll pull another one. I've got my initials on it though.
Yeah,
at
I think
least
it
on my
changed. Mine disappeared.
Right. Then
Sorry,
I will.
don't worry. You stick, if it's on with you, you stick that. I'll grab something else.
Oh, sorry. Interface issues. See, that was the problem. We had everything. Everything was complete last time. It was just the interface was bad.
Yeah. Well, if you want, you can click into the card and just put your. Who's Zucchini then?
That's me, Henning.
Henning. You can just click into the card and modify. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can't move anything in because we've hit the move limit.
Oh dear. So rule of last resort. What are you going to do?
Well, I would unblock something, but everything's unblocked.
So what are you going to do?
Get my golf clubs out.
Let me just show you the rule again. Unblock or move someone else's card.
I will move somebody else's card.
Yay! Okay. Gentlemen, round 2. Flip your coins.
Heads.
Heads.
I see broccoli and date coming in. Should something be blocking for? Somebody just pulled broccoli in and somebody pulled date in. You need to block one before.
Yeah.
So, Michelangelo, you pulled broccoli in because you
tails.
So you should have blocked one before you pulled broccoli in.
Oh, I thought I can block the same card that I pulled in.
Oh no. So
okay, unblock the car and then block the celery, no problem.
Yeah. So with celery was already in testing, was it? Yes.
Yeah, I can unblock this one. No.
Okay. And who pulled date in? Did you need to block one before you pulled date in?
No, I got a heads.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. So round 3.
Tails again.
Heads again.
Hey, you see we're being more lucky this round.
Tails.
Oh. Okay. So we've got 2 to complete. Has everybody made their move?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go on, Stuart.
Yeah. All the ones in red seem to be fruit, and we've just pulled in some apple for our vegetable curry. I'm not saying apple. I've never had apple in a curry. It might go.
So tasty.
Is it something is in our vision of our nice curry?
Well, on to dessert, round 2. Round 2 is about dessert.
We are experimenting, Stuart.
Yeah, creative.
But come on, we've got the end of round 3, and we've already got 2 incomplete, which is 30%. We've done a third of the work we did last time. Okay, do you want to go for the next split? Is it round 4 now?
Yeah.
Tails again.
Heads again.
Heads.
Tails.
Michelangelo, you are fired.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
just checking, Alan, I can move other people's cards to done, or have to stick with my own work?
You flipped the tails, did you?
No, I got heads. And I
Okay,
just
and
finished. Go.
so your cards, you got cards in testing?
No, I've got my card to finished. So,
Okay,
and I've got.
but you can't pull another one into doing because doing is full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
so this is an important point. It's an important point for everyone. So in the first round, this rule of last resort didn't get played. But what's happened here is Rich has got a head, but he hasn't got a card to move to complete. And he can't pull one from ready into doing because it's hit the work in progress limit, which means you can either unblock or move somebody else's card.
I'll go for a move then. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, is that all the moves for round 4 finished?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this time, before you'll rush to make a move, we'll flip your coins and then we'll just discuss a little bit. So flip your coins, please, gentlemen.
Heads.
Tails.
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 So that was 1 head and 4 tails.
Yeah, I was ahead. Yep.
So those of you who flipped tails, so I guess celery, who owns celery?
Me?
So are you going to block celery?
No, I mean, it's a heads. I got heads.
Okay, so I guess you can move celery to complete?
Yeah, but I think it was blocked and then I made it unblocked.
So you've just unblocked it. Okay.
Yeah.
So who else got tails? Actually, Stuart, did you get tails?
I did get tails, yes.
So have you blocked one?
Not yet, no.
Okay. So have you got one to block?
I've lost track. It's not showing me. Oh no. No, the one I've got is already blocked.
Okay. So you rule of last resort, there's nothing you can do. You can't pull another one in because doing column is full. 4. So what do you want to do?
Help somebody else. So
Team, what should Stuart do?
anybody need some help?
Pull the celery, complete.
Celery. We want things done, don't we? That's the most important. Deliver business value.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey,
Come on.
Hey.
so Henning, I think you had a tails too, didn't you?
Yes, I had tails and the avocados. I have to block my avocado.
Okay.
I had a tails, but I don't have anything in play, so I need to do something.
Okay, Tristan, so what are you going to do?
So I have to. So I can't block my own. So I need, even though it would be bad for me, but it can be good for someone else. So I could help move someone else forward.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you've got a tail. You've got nothing to block. You can't pull one into doing, but you can advance somebody else's card. Hey, excellent. Hey. Has everyone made their move then?
No, I got tails.
Go on, Rich.
So I've got heads and haven't played my card yet. I could pull something in, or I could unblock somebody.
So what do we think Rich should do?
Unblock somebody.
Yeah.
Don't say unblock. Please.
Okay. We go for
team.
round 6. Round 6. Listen, gentlemen.
Okay, tails.
Heads, tails.
Tails.
With this extra rule, we maybe should have a turn order. Otherwise, what we do could change
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. You're right there, Tristan. It starts to be important, the order in which you do things, because somebody, for example, somebody could unblock one and then you could pull it to done.
Or we need to work out as a team what is the optimal way.
Yeah.
And we all talk together and say, yeah, if I've pulled one in now, you've got to help me. And
Maybe we could do that daily in the morning. I don't know. Maybe
yeah, maybe that's an idea.
So who's yet to make a move?
I have to make a move. Yeah.
So what do you think? What's the best way of going ahead here?
I've got a tails, so in theory, I'd have to help someone because I can't pull a card in.
Yes.
So I could do that first if someone else wants to be able to do something on their own.
Well, before you do that, was that just you there, Tristan, moving it?
Yeah, I'll put it back. So
let's talk about this. So Tristan can help somebody else. He can either unblock a card or he can advance a card. What do we think he's better off doing? Is he better off unblocking apple or broccoli, or moving cabbage forward?
I also have one action left, so we can work together and pull cabbage through.
So, well, before you do that, Henning, so we've got 2 free moves here. We could advance cabbage or tomato all the way to complete, or we could advance broccoli. If we advance broccoli to complete, somebody unblocks and somebody advances it, it means that our doing column is still at its work in progress limit, it's still at 4, which means when somebody flips tails in future, they will have an opportunity to help others. If we move cabbage all the way from doing to complete, then the next time somebody flips tails, they'll have to pull in more work. So, which do you think is the better move?
How many days left in the sprint?
Yeah, let's go for the broccoli.
We'll go for the broccoli.
I go move one of the others because, okay, if we're doing Kanban, we're not necessarily doing sprints. And even if we are doing sprints, you kind of want to keep that flow going between sprints. Otherwise, you just hit a lull or the blocker at the start of the next one. Just my thoughts.
Yeah,
to me, it should be unblock broccoli because that's the thing closest to being done.
Do we have a
majority?
I'll unblock broccoli, and then Henning, you choose what you do.
Shall we just complete it? What's the argument against doing this?
My argument is if you move broccoli, complete broccoli now, then you've hit your whip limit, so you can't move anything into progress.
We don't necessarily want to move anything into progress, do we? Why do we need more work in progress?
No, but what I'm saying is I suppose I'm using a poor argument to try and get more of the stuff into testing.
The point was, though, if we left doing full, then it forces us the next go to move one of those into testing, most likely, or there's a higher chance we'll move one of those into testing versus pulling a new card, which is it'll probably equals out similar thing, but it's more likely that moves forward or unblocks. Yeah.
Okay, well, in order to get more things done and having less work in the system, I think we should go for broccoli.
Go for it.
I'm happy.
Right. Here we go.
Hey. So just a quick note that we've done 6 rounds and we've got as many into complete as we had in all 10 rounds last time. Okay, round 7. Flip your coins, please.
Heads.
Tails.
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 Okay. So 1 head, and was that 4 tails or 3? Did 2 of you get heads?
Tails.
Okay. So tails, is it going to make a difference whether we work through the tails first or the heads first? Who has got head?
Tails should go later because most likely because it's a block or start new. Unless whose is cabbage? Cabbage hasn't got a name on it. So I'm not sure. If the person who's got tails isn't cabbage, then they could do the last resort of helping. It sort of depends who it is. It gets more complicated. We have to talk to each other more.
It's a small point, but it does make a difference here. If cabbage was to move to testing as our first move, then the next person who has a tails will pull another one in from ready to doing. So then nothing else will move across to testing. But if we leave cabbage where it is and we unblock something, you wouldn't have to pull anything else. The next tails who go would not have to pull something in because doing is at its width limit. So, team, how do you want to play it? What do you want to do?
Unblock.
I'm happy to unblock as well, yeah.
Yeah, unblock.
Go for it. Start unblocking. There is one small quirk in the game that if you flip tails, you can only block your own cards. But if you flip, you can't block somebody else's, but you can unblock them if there's nothing else you can do. So we're going to unblock a couple of cards there.
Are we all just going at the same time, or are we going?
Piston, do you want to make your move? Are you?
So I got heads, so I'm going to unblock a card.
Okay.
So I'm going to unblock apple.
Okay, do it.
I got tails.
Okay, so if you got, you do want, is apple or cabbage yours?
No.
So you've got nothing to block. So you can help somebody else. You can't pull another one in from ready. So you can help somebody else. You can either unblock one or you can move one from doing testing.
Okay. I'll unblock.
Can I ask a question? Yes. Sorry, do we know if Apple is the priority or something else? Like, do we know what needs to be delivered first? Because I think that's quite important.
We haven't put any priorities on these cards. We're playing it very simply. There's one version I've thought about playing of putting money on all the cards and see if we can maximize the amount of money we get to the other side. But as it is, none of these cards have extra priority. Michelangelo, did you unblock one there? Have we lost Michelangelo again? Henning, did you unblock one, didn't you?
I didn't do anything yet, so I got tails. So, well, since my avocado is unblocked, I guess I have to block it again. Do I?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so your avocado was blocked. Somebody else unblocked it.
Yes.
And now with your tails, you have to block it.
All right.
So that is something we should have noticed. But I guess since we can't actually see the names on the cards, we should have put the names on there. But we may have spotted them.
I was going to say that I don't know. You might not notice that, Alan. We're putting our names on, but then it's not showing them in some cases. It'll show them to start off with, then they're disappearing.
Well, you see, if I put my name on one, it shows my picture. But unless we upload our pictures on the system, you only created. What we should have done is chosen some people in advance to play the game and got you to upload your pictures so we knew. But okay, Rich, did you make a move?
No, I'm a tails, but I've got nothing in play of my own.
Okay, so you can't pull one into doing, but you do get rule last resort. You can advance somebody else's card.
I didn't do my move yet, so do I have to block avocado again? Right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, then.
If whoever unblocked it had known you were about to block it, if we coordinated a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, whoever pulled it to testing, I have to pull it back and block it. I guess that's the rules.
So,
Okay.
Rich, were you?
Yeah, I'll move cabbage then. Yeah.
Okay. And has everybody moved or?
I haven't. I'll unblock the card.
Okay. So we flip to round 8.
Yep.
Yep.
Heads. Come on.
Yes.
Tails.
Heads.
Tails.
Tails.
I'm just
So
one big
before you
blocker.
don't make a move. Don't put anything in yet. Let's talk about this before anybody makes their move. Okay. So what do we think we should be doing here? How many heads have we got? We've got 2 heads and 2 tails, is it?
Heads.
Tails.
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 We should focus on the blocked one first, or the people who've got tails to go last, unless they need help. I don't know. Is that? I'm sure there's some sort of simpler rules, and rather than it's like bouncing around, at least to start with. Sometimes it gets more complicated.
So we've got 3 tails, so 3 cards are about to go blocked. So maybe
Not necessarily. Not if we got them out, then they'd have to draw a new card instead.
Yes. So if I think it was 2 heads there. If you could get cabbage and tomato over the line, you could avoid them being blocked entirely.
So if I've got heads, I could move one of those forwards. Is RL or MC, are you tails that you need to block your?
Yeah.
So we could
cabbage.
Your cabbage. So if I moved your cabbage, that means that when you have a go, you'll have to draw a card because you can't block yourself. So who wants to go next? Or you go next and pull your card, which I'm not sure which is the optimal round.
So should I go next? Well, I got tails. I gotta have, my card is blocked, so I guess I have to put a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say get rid of tomato first. Sorry, have we got a head left?
I thought somebody else had a head.
Yeah. If we had another head, I'd get rid of tomato. I'd get tomato done first, because tails will be forced to either block or pull a new one in.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know, who was the other head?
I used my head. I used my head.
Yeah, I thought we had 2.
Yeah, I thought we had 2. I just noticed it's 7:15. We're starting to run out of time here, but okay. Okay, so I guess we'd better go for. Has everybody made their move?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I just need to block.
So we've got two flips left. So we really need to double down, gang, and get these over the line. Okay. Flip your coins, please, gentlemen.
Heads. And tomato is
Hey!
done.
Heads.
Heads, yay.
Finally, you've learned how to flip heads.
It's that training course I did yesterday.
Do HWRL, do you have a positive action you can take if I unblock you with my move? Otherwise, I'll draw another card.
I'm a tails, so I can't do anything useful.
So it'd be better if you're, but you can draw a card if you can't block yourself.
Yeah, I can draw a card. Yeah. All right, I'll draw a card then.
Okay. Everyone made their move?
No, I got tails. I guess I have to block my cucumber as well.
I could move it first, and that stops you.
Yeah.
Because I've got heads. So if I move it, so I've put cucumber through. Now you've got to do a last resort of unblocking something, I guess.
All right, guess then I unblock my avocado.
Can I suggest you don't unblock, that you move fig or apple, because there's only one last flip left.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll do that. Done.
Okay. Is all moves complete?
Yeah.
Okay, final flip of the evening, gentlemen. Flip them.
Hooray.
Heads, come on.
Heads.
Finally, you've worked it out. Did we get any tails there at all?
No, I got heads. I think I have to unblock my avocado.
Good. Everybody completed their move?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that is the end of the game.
Hooray.
So
we have a curry. Thoughts and observations from the audience, those who've been patiently watching this. What have you seen? What lessons have you learned?
Can I say?
Please.
Having word limits quite useful as we have seen it now, and then it is not that because lots of tickets are being moved to the right, but also I think like everyone works as a team rather than like a bunch of individuals. So yeah, it is really good to have word limits.
Yes. Yeah. So it's interesting, the team dynamic, it took time to emerge. In the first round, where everyone's just going hell for leather and working as much as they could and pulling, they were just working. There's no conversation about the team. The second round, it took us a few goes to get into it, but we're playing more slowly because there's a lot more conversation in the daily stand-up meetings. What should we be doing? And we got a lot more sophisticated. And as the game was playing on, you could see all the players learning a bit more and thinking through more deeply. So there was no team really in round one. Round two, they start to emerge. Any other observations there?
Yeah, I wonder whether is it the whip limit or is it the rule of last resort that actually helps more? So technically in the team, in the way we run it, it is Kanban, but we limit how much it can be pulled. So we have a backlog, but then the only stuff gets pulled into ready at the beginning of each week. So that also, in a sense, forces people to then collaborate or work together, because they can't pull any new work unless we really say that they need to, or other stuff's finished. Yeah.
Well, I think actually it's a bit of team collaboration again there. I think the rule of last resort forced you to start collaborating. Up until that point, you weren't really collaborating, but actually, very quickly, we stopped paying attention to which was your work, and some cards were being pulled across by people who hadn't actually hit the rule of last resort, which I was allowing to happen. Like, I think it models the real world more closely, that when you see you can help somebody else, you do it. But it was the rule of last resort, where there's absolutely nothing you could do. You couldn't pull more work, you couldn't unblock, you couldn't move one of yours. You had to start helping others. So I agree with you completely there, Tristan. I think the rule of last resort was key, but it only came into play because of the width limit. Dex.
Yeah, just an observation given the scenario that we are using. I mean, using the flip coin and statistical probability and what else. With the applying the WIP limit actually helps you to reduce the number of items that are in progress. So the statistical impact is that you will have less blocked tickets. This is not exactly true in reality, because in reality blockers are not statistically dependent, but in this kind of scenario, this may help to have less ticket blocked, and so better situation to deal with.
Yeah, so I know why you're saying that. At the same time, I don't think it's the entire story, because what I observe is once the card is marked as blocked, it just becomes something people don't want to talk about. It becomes that thing that you talk about at the end of the stand-up meeting. You say, "Oh, potatoes blocked for the third day in a row," and if you don't have a culture of quickly resolving blocks, people become very quick to move over. Oh, potato's still blocked. Potato's been blocked for a week. You know, we haven't got an answer out of the product manager. We haven't got an answer out of security. You know, and we've all learned to live with that block. Whereas I think when you are more active at clearing them down, then there's a culture of fixing things. And the work to do today is not to start another piece of work. The work to do today is to get potato bloody unblocked. I think you're right about the statistics, Dex, but I think that there's other things at play there. Anyone else got a take on that?
I would say on the the good thing about the WIP limits is it reduces the work in progress, but by default that reduces the context switching. So whenever you've got a lot of stuff that started and then stopped, and then you start a different ticket or piece of work, you keep having to come back. So every time something's blocked, that increases your context switching and reduces your, not using the bad, some people say productivity is a bad word, efficiency.
Yeah, so I think you're spot on there. I think there's other benefits from the width limit, and one of which is force the context switching down. Another one is you've got fewer cards on the board. So when someone comes along and says, "Is my avocado ready?" You've got it instantly. The avocado is one of 4 there. You know, if you've got a column with 15 in it and 10 of them are blocked, you say, "Oh, where's the avocado? Where is it?" And people can't really see where the work is. And people start to pressure on, say, "Come on, get my avocado done, do mine. There's all this other work." and you keep having arguments over what's being done. Whereas when you've got work flowing through because of the work in progress limit, you're focused, not just your multitasking focus, but the focus of the people around you who are asking for things. It's changed for them as well. Which of these two systems do you think is more predictable?
As in with or without WIP limits?
Yes. If people are asking me for predictions, when will it be done? Which of these systems would you rather be running with?
The WIP limits.
Yeah, second.
Dex is saying too as well. Let me suggest to you that even if you had perfect estimation abilities, the fact that you don't know when something's going to get blocked blows up your predictability entirely. While you have blocks or in real life bugs, you can't be certain about, you can't say anything about predictability because you don't know when something's going to encounter a fault or a block and get stuck. Only when you have a system where work is flowing through it can you actually start to make forecasts that are vaguely accurate. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
We're pretty much at time, but let me just stop. Let me just share my. We could carry on. Where's my? We could carry on mining out this exercise, and there's more lessons in here. There's more things to talk about. There's some other variations. You could play around 3 and around 4 even, but end of round 1, we had 15 items in progress. Most of them, and 10 of them are blocked. So in real life, they represent things that you have spent time and perhaps money on getting partially done. They represent things where if somebody says to you, have you completed my avocado yet? You say, oh, it's partially done. Yeah, it looks like you're busy. You can shut up a lot of stakeholders by saying we're working on it. But actually, you spent a lot of time and money doing stuff which isn't usable, but it's not complete. Work in progress, it costs you there as well. Round 2, we only had 5 things in play. You know, so there's a lot less partially done work we spent time and money on. Similarly, completed's the obvious one. You know, 6 things were completed at the end of round 1, 10 things at the end of round 2. And I would also suggest that we were getting better at doing things in round 2 because the conversations we were having, because the way teamwork was emerging, we were getting more insights into how to operate the board. So when it comes to reasoning about your workflow system, when it comes to reasoning about your team, you're far better off with a lot less work distracting you. Round 1, we had 10 cards that were blocked. You know, so that's a hell of a mountain to climb. You've got to get 10 things unblocked. Round 2, 1 thing was unblocked. Round 1, I'd already answered the predictable. No, I don't think round 1 was predictable. Round 2, I think we could have taken a stab at predictability. As I say, if I went back to the tool for a moment, here we are. There are statistics in here. You can see, oh, there's graphs here. You can get allocation, flow efficiency. And if you flip over to the other board, the board we started with, flow efficiency, well, it wasn't massively lower, but it was lower. Throughput doesn't really calculate on this system because we're playing it minute by minute. So I think that there's something to learn there. Which place would you rather work?
2. Because it was a team as opposed to a bunch of individuals trying to get their own stuff done.
Right, yes. And it's interesting. I've seen this in other games of Featureban I've played. that you do start to get more of a team feeling about it. You can start to reason about it a lot better. So for me, it has to be number 2. That we're on time, so as much as we could talk some more, I'd love to talk some more. We need to finish up. Some of us have got to go and eat our dinner. If you'd like to play the game, then it's available on Kanban Zone. There's a link. Oh, there should be there's a link in here somewhere to Kanban Zone. I'll add it to these slides and I'll send it out for you all, so you've all got these links. That's the main purpose of the slide, to give you some links. You can probably simulate it on Jira or any other tool you've got, but it's all set up on Kanban Zone, and you can get a free license on Kanban Zone for 30 days. So you just play that with the team, and it removes the distractions of whatever else you've got. If you want me to host a game, please just shout. If you're a commercial entity, I might want to charge you. I'm also, please reach out and link to me on LinkedIn there. And finally, if you want to see, on YouTube, there's some more video recordings of these games. There's also, I have a recording of a thing called Stockless Production. It's from about 1980, and it's a bunch of managers at Hewlett Packard physically playing the game, simulating a flow system. It's quite funny. It's poor quality, but it's well worth watching. So if you've got half an hour to spare, I recommend you watch Stockless Production on YouTube. And don't forget my book's on sale. Any closing remarks before we finish?
Great fun. Thanks so much.
Good fun.
Thank you very much.
Really engaging, Allan. Thank you for sharing this. I think we had some fun also, more than just interesting thoughts. So it's good. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you all of you for joining with us.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a great evening.
Thanks all.
Thank you. Grazie, Corrado.
Enjoy your curry, Alan.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.